I get my drugs out in Cali. I fuck a bitch from the valley. I do not want to get married. That she look better than Halle. Louis all over my baggage. Balenciaga on the shoes. Black car match the outfit. No paper, less is blue.
What's going on, nomads, pop people, and strangers everywhere across the internet? Welcome to a new segment we're going to be doing of Is It Reviewable? As we're going to kick off the series with Shizzy's new mixtape, of course, under his rap name of 6 Seconds, All for Nothing.
That comes back when we argue. The sharpest pains that pierce the heart like a harpoon. I watch as we decay.
Now, I brought up this question because a lot of people would just be really trying to dig into things of what is the essence for Shizzy's brand. He's gone from animes, cartoons, and video games and all that sort of stuff, and he's evolved into the god. He's done a lot of stuff of huge slaughters, big battle raps, a lot of introspective raps here and there, really trying to make his mark. And this EP comes in really well to culminate into where he started as well as where he's come into. But there's a reason why it's part of a new series of Is It Reviewable? Now, although I've done a lot of things where it's passion projects from other people, it's usually from stuff of they've dreamed of making said project and it's incredible, or it's lackluster, or they're just like, oh, I had this big inspiration for this whole series and I figured that it would be wonderful to make, and then drop the ball as soon as the best people that were part of it just, I don't know, decided that they were full of shit. You know, certain things like what Disney does and what DC has done. But aside from that shade on the companies, when it comes to All for Nothing, I honestly can't see this as a go ahead to review it or don't review it because of two different reasons, both of which go into each category of yes and no. Yes, it can be reviewed because there are a lot of tracks that are dissectable, with all the lyrics from all three tracks being, of course, memorable as well as forgettable in certain ways that they're acted, how the inflections are handled, how the flow is handled in all regards, as well as how Shizzy's signature sound is involving all this stuff, including him trying to become a crooner as well as a rapper. You could do all that whole dissection stuff, but here's where I say no as well. In that same vein of personal project stuff, there are those said projects that are made from past pain and baggage that makes it weird to talk about. Like when people try to talk about filmmakers trying to make stuff of The Pianist or Schindler's List for all you World War II fans, or stuff about real-life stories involving people surviving very extraordinary situations and saying it's reviewable. I feel like that's weird and disrespectful to the people, even if they sold the rights to have their story being told into a mass media. That weirdness of you judge someone's life in any sort of direction feels weird to me. And since this is based off Shizzy's teenage years, it makes me feel weird. Like, I could go into all things just like, this is 6 Seconds' unique flow, this is the man that we've all known about, he's actually going in full force with his EP to show his versatility. I could go throughout all this sort of stuff that you guys want to from a critic, but as an individual, I can't bring myself to go at this 100% without feeling somewhat like I've made myself sick. It's odd, okay? I can't bring myself to do something that is super raw and personal no matter what the media is. Whether the medium is going to be for music, for movies, for plays, for books, no matter what it is, it feels weird. And you guys could just be like, oh, V, you're just being all biased because 6 Seconds is your favorite artist. He's the guy, one of the 7 people that helped save your life when you were suicidal, blah, da, 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 da. You guys can do all that sort of nonsense you can throw out, but honestly, come at me with this. If it were yourself as the artist making something that's super raw about your emotional pain, whether you're trying to sell it for profit or not. I don't care and I do not judge. But if you were to have that as the full-blown thing, to just have people just dissect it and go through all this sort of stuff of your pain, wouldn't you feel like it's a little weird when people just start either trashing it or praising it, just being like, oh, this is going to be the new wave of suffering. This is going to be the new wave of how to embrace the brokenness of the soul. It's kind of like they're minimizing how important this was to you. And I don't want to be part of that weird spectrum that makes it odd and disconnected to what is and isn't part of the raw network that is an artist. So it's, at least for myself, I can't review it. Other people can do it. Reactors can do it all day, every day, for whatever reason they want to do it. Whether for fame, whether they want to do it for fun. I don't give a fuck because I don't really care about reactors all that much. And other critics can just go to town on this and just be like, it's trash or it's good. I just can't bring myself to do it for something this personal because it just feels off. It feels wrong to praise something that is literally so attached to something that's already established. But I will say this though. Paper should definitely be part of 6 Seconds portfolio to then go to Dreamville and have J. Cole try and get him in the doors to maybe do a cypher on BET or be part of like the Grammys or something. I don't know. Just something small like that. Or maybe with TDE. I don't know which one and I don't care which one. Just someone out there at least look at Paper for a 2019 hit and just try to get Shizzy's name in the door somewhere. That's all I'm gonna fucking say about that.